Right now, I want to give you 3 good habits that you can get into in regards to writing. I don't really think I do these, but I think they'd be good habits if I did. So in this video, I want to talk a little bit about writing and developing some good habits as far as writing goes. I don't have great habits as a writer, and this is something that I struggle with mightily. So I figured, well, maybe getting this out, and there are a couple things that I do that I think work for me, just for who I am as a person. Not everybody's the same, so your mileage may vary, certainly. The habit number 1 is to embrace the suckage. Sometimes when I'm writing and I'm getting the story out and the characters are like, everything's kind of cranking along, I look at it and I'm like, wow, this totally belongs in the trash. You see, the thing is, you can't, I don't think anybody can actually sit there and be like, oh, my writing is so absolutely incredible and I'm amazing and check this out and this is my prose and I don't need to edit or change anything and I'm fantastic and everything is working for me and the birds are singing and I'm tiptoeing through daffodil fields or whatever. In reality, it doesn't really work that way. We're all humans. We're all flawed in some way, and I guess, well, narcissism is a flaw. I mean, I don't really have that one. But anyway, some people do, and they probably think their stuff is amazing. Every single word they write is. And certainly I have my days where I'm writing something and I'm like, man, that chapter came out really, really well. This character's fleshed out perfectly. The dialogue was totally clicking. But usually, no, there's some suckage involved. And so I guess that the habit here is to say, okay, look, even though this may suck right now, I can polish it up. I'm not going to worry about it too much, and let me just sort of, like Play-Doh. Writing is kind of like molding Play-Doh. At first, it might just be like, it looked like a lump of crap, but eventually, maybe it looks like a kind of cool brown monster. That's not really a great analogy. Well, whatever. I'll try harder next time. Second thing that's a good habit to get into is to take it easy on the editing. This is really just a reminder for myself more than anything else. Only because I feel like editing is, well, it's a soul-sucking task. I hate it. It's the worst. It uses a part of my brain that I don't like using, which is the one based on common sense and logic. Like, why would I ever want to do that? I'd rather just emote. I was reading this book, and it had this piece of advice in it. I don't remember the name of the book. Sorry, the link it isn't going to be anywhere. But it said that just because of, you know, how my particular INFJ brain works, that take about 5 to 10 minutes max on editing while you're writing. So I may write, you know, I may throw down 1,500 words or, you know, 12 to 1,500 words, and then sure, take 5 minutes, breeze through it a little bit, clean up this, that, or the other, and I'm done. And on a day where I can't really write anything because stuff is going on and it's appointments and kids and whatever else, maybe I can spend 10 minutes, you know, checking it out and editing. Any more than 10 minutes on it, and I just want to melt into pudding. Like, I can't handle it. My brain melts. I don't like it. It doesn't work for me. So I'm much better at just the creative part of it and getting the story out and just kind of finding out where that's going to go. So really easy on the editing. I think we get lost in that. And remember that too, that when you're editing, you're not really adding words to the word count. And that's something that I really have to keep in mind myself. The third habit is to write something, pretty much write anything. So there are days where my work in progress, I don't want to work on it. So I'm like, you know what, I don't have the patience for these characters right now. So write something else, write anything. Writing prompts are always a good thing. Twitter's loaded with them, Reddit's loaded with them. It's good to go on there and just kind of catch something and throw down a few hundred words of some weird thing that you're never going to look at again. One of the things I like to do is write the first paragraph of a totally different obscure story that I'm never going to write. And so those can be kind of fun from time to time. Another one, I'll just bang out a short story. I wrote a short story about a detective addicted to potatoes. whatever. I wrote a short story about a man experiencing the worst loss of his life, but it actually turned out to just be something really stupid. So just silly, weird things, because it does get you to practice writing the character and, fleshing out a scene and throwing in some dialogue and stuff like that. So even though it may not be the exact work you're wanting to make all that progress on, if you're really not feeling it, I don't know, personally, I'd rather not fight that and just kind of write what I can. I wish I could say that I was the type of writer that sat down and unfurled parchment and dipped his quill pen in his inkwell and penned everything perfectly and would never need editing, but reality is that's not really what goes on. So my best writing is done from a coffee shop here in my local town. It's a place where I'm most comfortable. It seems like as soon as I'm in my office, there's just distractions everywhere. There's the dog, or there's kids, or there's, I don't know, the internet. That can be kind of distracting from time to time too. Anyway, that's where I get most of my writing done, and I try to remember some of these habits. If you have any good habit that you've developed that's not absolutely ridiculous, and I find the habit of, like, I write 2,000 words a day, I can't handle that. My brain doesn't work that way. I admire the people that can sit down and actually do that. I'm not that organized or effective at anything that I might do. But you find the way that actually works for you. So let me know if you got a habit or something like that, or some kind of a tip or trick or technique to keep yourself throwing words from your brain onto a page or a screen. Drop me a line, send me an email or something, and let me know what it's like. So that's it for this one on writing. My next video will most likely be on writing as well. Let's write stuff. Oh yeah, and subscribe wherever that thing is. Sorry I'm so awkward.